Hello everyone, welcome to Human Services Interns Core Elms training. Core Elms is a digital internship management platform where you can record your internship hours, upload documents, and receive important announcements and information. This training will provide an overview of how to work with Core Elms. In this training, we will go through some of the most important functions of Core Elms you will be using as a Guttman Human Services intern. First, we will go through the login link, which is where you access Core Elms using your CUNY SSO login credentials, and then the home page. We want you to get familiar with the platform and learn to navigate the different functions of Core Elms. Next, we have the rotation schedule. This is where you locate the field placement agreement form. The hours tracking section is where you learn how to fill out your timesheet and check your total internship hours. In the evaluation section, you will complete your self-evaluations and the end-of-the-year field evaluation survey. The activity log section is where you will find field associate time logs. The survey section is where you fill out and submit surveys, and the document library and message center are also important features. This is the link you will be using to log into Core Elms. Make sure you save this link somewhere easily accessible. You can write this down or take a photo of the QR code so you can easily access the link when you need to log into Core Elms. After logging into Core Elms, you will be taken to this homepage. On the left side of the homepage, you will see an easy-to-use blue navigation menu. You can click on the modules to access different options. Another item you will see on your homepage is the Student and Supervisor resources. In your student resources, you will find flyers, forms, and updates. Please keep in mind that these resources will be updated over time. On the right side of the homepage, you will see a dashboard which is a summary of your progress in your internship. This will indicate how many hours you have completed out of the requirement, what evaluations and other forms are due. This is an easy way for you to get a summarized idea of your internship progress. Now, let's talk about what comprises your rotation schedule. The rotation schedule has two components. The first is rotation dates, which contain the semester in which you are enrolled and the beginning and end dates of that specific semester. The second component is rotation types, which are the classes you will be enrolled in during that specific semester. In other words, the rotation schedule includes the semester you are enrolled in and the human services classes you are taking. The functionality of Core Elms rotation schedule simply means where you locate the field placement agreement form. There are two ways to view your rotation schedule. You can go to the blue vertical menu on the left and click on Scheduling, then Rotation Schedule. Alternatively, you can access your rotation schedule by clicking on Schedule on the top orange horizontal bar. Once you click either of those places, you will be taken to this screen. Required forms are accessible from this page under the Forms column. The red Forms Indicator button indicates that nothing has been completed and submitted. What you need to do once you're here is click on the red Forms button to access the forms that have been applied to your schedule. As you can see on this page, the rotation dates and rotation types are included, and you can also see your supervisor and the agency name. Once you click on the red Forms Indicator button, it will take you to this page. Once you're here, all you need to do is click on Open Form to review, sign, and submit the forms. In this case, it's the Human Services Field Placement Agreement form. This form has to be completed by both the student and the supervisor. As you can see, there's also a status button. Once the student completes this form, the status will turn green, indicating that your supervisor needs to complete the form. When you access the form by clicking the Open Form button, take a moment to read through all the information on the form. Fill it out your signature where indicated. Once completed, press the green Submit button. After you read and submit the Field Placement Agreement form, the status will turn green, indicating that you have completed the form. The red status indicating Supervisor Pending means that the supervisor has not yet completed the form. You can always click on Open Form to access the original document as well. So the next topic we're going to be talking about in Core Elms is the hours tracking feature. Hours tracking is another way of saying timesheets. This is where you will be recording your internship hours and checking your total internship hours. It's very important that you record your hours daily. Daily hours tracking means that each day you report to your internship, you should fill out when you started, when you took lunch, and when you ended your internship. It's a good habit to do this daily rather than waiting for 2 weeks to go by, as you are likely to forget when you started, when you took lunch, and when you ended the internship. Now let's dive into how you are going to use the hours tracking feature on Core Elms. To access hours tracking, go to the blue vertical menu on the left and click on Hours Tracking. As mentioned before, this is where you record your new internship hours and check your total internship hours. First, let's talk about how you record new internship hours. To get started with recording new internship hours, click on the Record New Hours button at the top. Once you click on Record New Hours from the previous page, it will take you to this page where you fill out a timesheet. The first thing you need to do is click in the required field that asks you to choose your rotation or the course associated with the field placement. Next, click into the field to find your supervisor or the person who signs your timesheet. Core Elms gives you the option to select the primary or secondary supervisor. If none of those names are in Core Elms, let your internship coordinator or your field associates know so that the supervisor's information can be added to Core Elms. The supervisor and agency information on your timesheet will be generated by default, so most of the time you don't have to change anything here. Next, select the start date and the end date for the day that you worked. In this case, the test student started on February 28th and ended on February 28th, and then the test student fills out the hours when the student started and completed their internship. The student must indicate if a lunch break was taken and if so, for how long. In this example, the test student indicated that no lunch break was taken. Please note that if you work more than 5 hours, you are required to take a lunch break of a minimum of 30 minutes, up to a maximum of 60 minutes. If you work 5 hours or less in the day, no lunch break is required. Your supervisor may allow you to take a brief 15 to 20-minute informal break, which does not need to be recorded in Core Elms. When you scroll down in the timesheet, you'll see a section for students to list the tasks they completed and accomplished during the day. Once you select all the tasks you completed, you need to sign the timesheet and then click Submit. After clicking the Submit Hours button, you will receive a prompt saying your hours have been updated successfully. Your timesheet status will be pending because your supervisor has not yet viewed and approved your hours. Once your supervisor reviews and confirms or denies your hours, the status will change to Confirmed or Denied. On this page, you can either edit or delete your timesheets. If your supervisor denies your hours or the timesheet, you have the option to edit the timesheet and resubmit it. Once your supervisor has confirmed or denied your hours tracking submission, you will also receive an email notification. In Core Elms, you also have the opportunity to view the confirmed hours, which is the total internship hours you have completed. To view your confirmed hours, you need to click on the Confirmed Hours button. Once you click on Confirmed Hours, it will open up this page where you can see all your timesheet information. You will see that the status of the timesheet has changed to Confirmed, and you can also see the total hours you have completed in your internship so far. Next, we are going to talk about the evaluation function in Core Elms. We are primarily focused on self-evaluation. This is a self-evaluation conducted by the student, and it consists of 2 parts, the midpoint and the final. As an intern, you must complete midpoint and final semester evaluations. The midpoint evaluation will take place within the first 6 weeks of the semester, and the final evaluation will take place closer to the completion of the semester. You will have 4 evaluations in total for the entire year, 2 evaluations while you're taking HSBC 201, and 2 evaluations while you're taking HSVC 203. The due dates for the evaluations will be provided to you in your Student Resources folder. You will also receive email alerts from Core Elms when the evaluations are due. The required evaluations can be found under the Evaluation tab in the blue menu bar on the left. Once you click on Evaluations, a drop-down menu will appear, and from there you need to click on Self-Evaluation. To access an evaluation, click on the red buttons. The M button is for the midterm evaluation, and the F button is for the final evaluation. Clicking on the red M or F indicator will open up a new screen to complete the evaluation. Please note that red means nothing has been completed and submitted. Once you complete and submit the evaluations, this indicator will turn green. After you have selected the appropriate midpoint or final red evaluation button, you will be prompted to this page. From this page, click Start Evaluation to get started, and it will open up the evaluation for you. Here you need to read all the instructions and complete the evaluation. You must choose the relevant responses corresponding to the evaluation being conducted. For the midpoint evaluation, ensure that you answer all the questions and select the ratings from the midpoint row. As you can see, both the midpoint and final evaluations are combined into one. Therefore, it's crucial to be aware that during the midpoint evaluation, you should only answer using the midpoint row. Moving on to the next section of the evaluation, you must write 3 goals that you are currently working on in your internship. This section will only appear in your midpoint evaluation. Please write your 3 goals in the comment boxes below. In this third and final section of the self-evaluation, you will assess your progress on the 3 goals mentioned in your midpoint evaluation. Please note that this section is to be completed only in your final evaluation. For each of the 3 goals mentioned in the midpoint evaluation, you need to give yourself a rating indicating whether you're emerging, progressing, proficient, or mastering that goal. Once you have answered all the questions in your self-evaluation, it's time to submit your evaluation. Ensure that you have selected all the appropriate responses for either the midpoint or final evaluation. After confirming this, please sign in the designated student signature section and click the appropriate submission button. If you have completed the midpoint evaluation, click Submit Midpoint. For the final evaluation, click Submit Final. If you intend to save your progress and return later to complete and submit the evaluation, you can do so by clicking Save Changes, although we recommend completing the evaluation in one session. I want to emphasize once more, if you are submitting a midpoint evaluation, select Submit Midpoint. For a final evaluation, you will not see Submit Midpoint, instead, select Submit Final. So finally, we will talk about activity logs, surveys, the message center, and the document library of Core Elms. In the activity log section, you can easily access all the time logs submitted by your field associates. Every time you interact with your field associates, they will submit a time log. Also, if you're getting internship hours for an event, they will submit a time log for you as well. You will be able to view the number of minutes logged for each entry under the Details/Comments section. Surveys are where you receive and complete all necessary surveys during your internship. There are 3 important surveys to complete: the end-of-year final evaluation survey, agency employment survey, and Core Elms experience survey. The Message Center is where you can access all emails related to Core Elms, including notifications such as hour submission confirmations and evaluation reminders. The document library is particularly important as it contains instructional videos demonstrating Core Elms functions, which are regularly updated. In this training, we covered the basics of using Core Elms, including its key features and how it can help you manage your internship experience. As next steps, please start exploring Core Elms on your own, complete the initial setup, and familiarize yourself with the dashboard. Remember, we are here to support you, so don't hesitate to ask for help. Thank you for your time and participation. We look forward to seeing you succeed with Core Elms.